You're so white.
Yeah, no, I haven't started my tanning yet.
No, I just meant like not physically. I meant
you
like
mean
emotionally.
Yeah, no, I'm also emotionally white.
You're like very emotionally
and
white.
Genetically.
Oh, you are absolutely
Yeah,
very
you know,
crispy.
I don't need
If
a
you were
23andMe.
white,
Yeah.
how white am I?
I would say you're like 75% white.
Pretty good.
Yeah.
What's the 25?
Brooklyn.
Yeah,
just genetically, you're like ethnically Brooklyn, whatever that is.
Excuse me, I have a disease.
Cigarettes.
No, it's something else. It's brother to brother. Two brothers hanging and talking about stuff.
You're white Brooklyn.
My 25% is I've seen enough people either A, masturbate in public or scoop diarrhea back into their own underwear. Which, by the way, I've experienced both many times. I remember getting off the train. I come up and there's a guy just jacking off, and I look across the street. There's a police officer, and my partner at the time, she was like, "Will you say something that I'm uncomfortable?" I was like, "Cool." I went across the street and I was like, "Hey man, that guy's jacking off," and he's like, and he was witnessing the whole thing. He's like, "What do you want me to do?"
Right.
I was like, That's your job. And it's like, nah, those guys, they're just jerk off guys, dude. I remember I went to Columbus Circle.
Just jerk off guys.
Dude, there's jerk off guys everywhere.
You think you've seen it? All those police officers in New York must be like
Columbus.
Like
oh yeah, those guys are seeing jerk off. They just are like surrounded by jerk off guys.
That's NYPD Blue should have been covering the real stuff.
NYPD Blue should have had a spinoff like CSI Miami that was called NYPD Blue Jerk Off Guys, and it's just cops watching guys jerk off and be like, "What do you want me to do?" I was in Columbus Circle in New York. There's a mall there, and I had to go to the bathroom. It's one of the only when you're in New York, you kind of
know your spots.
You know your spot.
That was the whole Kramer Seinfeld episode.
You know your spots.
Yeah.
So I was like, I gotta go to the bathroom. So I gotta pee. So I ran up in the thing, and I'm a pee in the stall guy.
Oh, okay. You can't do the urinal?
No, I can.
Do you need a separator?
I need a divider.
So you're no good with a trough.
Oh, the trough is like when you were like 9 years old and you're at a baseball game and then just a giant dick's just
it's the same height.
Yeah, they're right at your eyes. It's terrifying. No, so and I don't mind the divider. It's fine. But if there's no divider, I'm going stall. If I have the option.
Yeah.
So I walk in and this guy's just standing at the stall, but he's clearly jerking off. And as I pass by, he just looks at me and he makes eye contact and he follows me all the way. And so I go to the bathroom. I was like, oh man. So I go pee and I get off and I get out. When I'm coming out, he's still jerking off and I pass him. He's just making eye contact with me, following away. So I leave and I find a security guy. He's like, hey, there's a guy in there jacking off. And I swear to God, the guy's like, what do you want me to do? And the truth is like, you're like, what do I want you to do?
Hey man, you gotta go.
It's a jerk off culture out there.
Is it a type? Is there a type?
I mean, I've had a guy. I remember leaving a Mets game. I'm gonna stand up to do this. I remember leaving a Mets game. It's okay. I'm leaving a Mets game, and me and my wife at the time were sitting in the subway, and a guy is like, he has sweats on. He's like, hey, can I have some change? And he has his hand like this. And I was like, yeah, I'll give you some change if you put your dick away. Because his dick was... Nobody's ever jacked me off, dude. That's the thing that I'm disappointed in.
Yeah. Well, if you'd asked those guys, like,
no,
hey, man,
that's it.
I got two hands.
I was like, hey, put your dick away, dude. I'll give you 50 cents. And he said it's $1 to keep it out. And so I was like, all right, I'll give you $1.
It's one of my favorite things about New York visiting when I brought Hudson back, my oldest, was going on the subway and then him experiencing the random person getting on the subway that's going to ask for money from everybody, and when nobody gives it to them, they just start belittling.
They berate you, dude.
Those people are the best. Remember the guy I was talking about? It was just 2 years ago. He was mad about Pfizer's vaccine. My daughter, just screaming at people. You, sir. Just
well, they're
yelling.
always super nice until nobody gives them money. They're like, my daughter's got lupus.
Right.
I'm raising money. I'm selling poetry books. If you'd like to buy this poetry that my daughter likes. No, nobody wants to buy it. Okay, fuck you, motherfucker. Yeah, that's horrible. All right, white devil. You're like, God damn. It works sometimes.
I'm only 75% white.
Oh, dude, the subways are great in New York, dude. I remember, I talked about this the other day on stage, but I remember being on a packed train, like 5 o'clock. Let's get home. Packed, like standing room only, and the train just goes, just stop. We're like, what? And you look outside, you can see these 2 Nikes, like sticking straight up on the tracks.
Oh, that's not good.
So some dude had tried to go between my car and the other car, and he fell off.
Ooh.
But then these kids, dude, this is so New York. These 2 kids were like, let's go see what that motherfucker's got. They went out, they climbed out, and they came back in, and literally, and they walked in, and they looked at some dude they maybe knew or whatever, and the guy was like, did you get anything? He's like, nah, those shoes weren't my size.
Just dead?
Yeah, the guy was dead as fuck. So we were there for like 20 minutes, and the cops show up, and they're putting, they cover him in a blanket.
Guy in the background's jerking off.
No, but this is why New York is the greatest city in the world, and also why it's the hardest city in the world. 20 minutes have passed. We know there's a dead body outside. We all do. We're all inconvenienced. But we know
somebody died.
That a man just died. You could see this fucking guy. And at some point, about 20 minutes into it, a lady just goes, oh, hell no, I got to go to work tomorrow.
So I got to get home.
And everybody's like, yeah, fuck you, dude. You get 20 minutes. That's what... If you think your life is worth anything, your life is worth 20 minutes.
Yeah.
That's it. So just do whatever you want. Have a good time. Because you're not spoiling anybody's day. It's 20 minutes. It's 20 minutes.
That guy's just trying to jump between cars.
Oh, that guy was, probably just pissing in the middle or something. I don't know.
When we were back in New York, a couple years ago, Hudson's like 6'5" and I'm 6'3", and we were staying in the subway, and we were the tallest people in the whole subway, and it was packed because we were going to the Yankee game. And the door opens. You can't see anybody. It's just packed, shoulder to shoulder. And so I'm holding the ceiling of the subway.
Yep. Clutch.
The door opens and people back out, and there's a little person. Yeah. And then my internal monologue became my outward monologue, and I just went, oh, little person. And he looked up at me like, what the fuck is wrong with you, man?
Yeah.
And I looked at him like,
rude, dude.
I'm like, well, you're the shortest. I was thinking, I didn't say this part. I was like, he's the shortest guy in the subway. We're the tallest guy in the subway. We're the extremes.
Were you thinking him as like a dwarf, or were you like, oh, just a smaller person than me that's smaller than everybody else?
Dwarf.
Yeah.
Yeah, because he was. That's what he was. But then, so after he made eye contact with me, and I was like, God damn it. Him and another dude started yelling at each other it sounded like Portuguese or French or something. They were just yelling at each other.
Well, they're probably just talking. Those guys, just in their own language, they talk aggressive.
Well, it was very aggressive, and I was like, I'm glad that me and this dude didn't have to tangle. Like, it would have been a problem.
Yeah, there's a thing now that I'm in Bakersfield. It's an interesting thing where there's not enough like weird tension for me. Like I miss the overt aggression.
Where you just yell briefly at somebody. It's not New York driving is different. Like in New York, if you honk a horn, that's the end of the aggression. There's no get out of the car and let's fight.
I saw a delivery guy get in an argument with another delivery guy over a spot, and they're like in each other's face. They're like, "Fuck your mother, fuck your mother, fuck you, and then at the end they were like, "All right, yo, have a good day," and they fucking shook hands.
Yeah, we got it out.
They get it out. I think New York is one of the safest environments in the world because everybody potentially could harm you, so then you don't ever really escalate to that.
There is definitely an on-edge feeling to the city.
Well, it is edgy. Yeah, I mean, it is.
Well,
like, you can't. It's too many people.
I think another trippy thing is that, you're sitting next to people on the subway. That doesn't mean talk to them.
No.
They're on their commute. It's like being in a car. This is their spot. They're not talking to you.
Well, it's the nicest place in the world filled with people that don't want anything to do with your life.
Yeah. You can be 100% isolated around 8 million
Like if you go to the South and everyone's like, oh, hey, darling, how you...
Right.
They're full of shit. They don't give a fuck about you. They're trying to... New York is the most real environment.
They're just
in
more
the country.
honest. Like, we don't care.
We don't care. However, if you're like, hey, I need you, like, they'll fucking help.
Okay.
If you're in trouble in New York City, people will help you.
All right. I feel
absolutely
like in L.A.,
if
LA
there's
is
like
like
a
they'll
person
drive
attacking
by
somebody, people in New York will help you. Like, it's not a passive. People will stand up for you if somebody's fucking with you, or whatever. Absolutely.
Yeah.
You don't get that anywhere in any other
well, like
city.
here, Los Angeles, I feel like this is the closest you get to help is people are going to videotape it on their phones.
They'll film it, and there's some of that too. But I'd
You're
rather
going to get people jumping into the middle to like deal with whatever situation.
Yeah, because
comes up.
it's like twofold, right? It's like, one, it affects their fucking day because they're in it.
Yeah, that's true.
And the other thing is, like, they know if people don't do it, then they're going to have to deal with it all the time.
Yeah.
If you remove the fear of, I'm going to fuck this person and everybody's going to fuck with me, then everybody's going to fuck with people.
Right.
So the step-in culture there is like, no, hold the fuck on.
Right.
We'll take, you know what I'm saying? There's a mob mentality to, like, policing the city that really does work.
Yeah. The difference is the police just will not stop people from jerking off.
No, you can definitely just freely jerk off anywhere. I mean, I gotta be, if I was honest with you, I've probably seen over 100 people jerking off face to face. And I lived there 20, like at least 100.
These aren't people like doing it on camera. This is just for love of the game.
No, they're not only fans in it, dude.
This is
just one fan. Just for me.
Hey, you make eye contact with them, you're in trouble. They're like, we'll hold your gaze. I only had that happen in a bathroom once where the guy he wasn't jerking off, but it was only one urinal, and he kept looking over his shoulder at me, and I pushed my back against the wall. I was like, there's nowhere for me to go. He just kept looking. Then
you didn't step out. I do a step out.
Well, there was like plenty of room. He had 10 feet between us.
But if I go in and there's one urinal and one guy, I step all the way out.
Okay. He flushes, sticks his hand in the water, and then washed himself off.
Wait.
And then flushed again and stuck his hand in the water.
He did like a Tijuana hooker wash?
Yeah. From the urinal.
He put his hand in the urinal water?
The hand in the urinal water.
That's amazing.
Washed himself up.
Oh, that makes
eye contact over the shoulder the whole time.
I want to throw up right now.
It was so disturbing.
Wait. You're telling me.
Yeah, we're in a Jack in the Box.
Hold on. I'm going to clarify this.
Yes.
He peed. He flushed.
Yes.
The water's coming down.
Yeah.
He put his hand in
he stuck his hand palm first into the water. Then rubbed it on himself.
I'm literally going to vomit. You guys will learn this over time.
Yeah, your
Uncle
gag
John
reflex
has
sucks.
A horrible gag reflex.
He did it twice.
Oh,
flushed
twice?
Hand, wipe off, zips up, never breaks eye contact with me.
Dude, I'm literally going to vomit.
Turns around and doesn't wash his hands in the sink.
Well, because he already
washed them.
Oh, dude, I'm going to throw up.
Then he went back into the kitchen and started cooking. No.
He rolled back into Los Hermanos and started...
Like, who wants tacos?
Dude. No. Oh, my God. I'm going to vomit. Hold on.
Have a drink of bourbon.
No, that'll make it. Let me... Oh! I'm seriously going to vomit. Hold on, dude. Are you fucking...
I'm not joking at all.
It's one of the grossest things I've ever heard of.
Disgusting.
He washed his hands?
In the urinal.
Oh.
This was a Jack in the
Box. I'm not kidding.
This was a Jack in the Box urinal. This wasn't like a Saks Fifth Avenue.
Where was this?
Jack in the Box. So it wasn't like it had been cleaned a lot. It wasn't like ice in the urinal.
No, hold on. Oh my God, that's like the worst thing I've ever heard. Yeah. And I've seen, like we said before, I've seen homeless people taking a shit on the street and realizing it was a little too messy and scooping their diarrhea back into their underwear. And that doesn't make me gag. Dude, that's the grossest thing I've ever heard.
It was so gross.
I told you about the time, right? You ever have a thing where there's the automatic, the sensors, the hand washers?
Yeah. It don't work.
But it doesn't. I feel like I'm invisible.
Yeah.
I remember I was at the.
I feel like I'm invisible.
I do. I feel like I'm fucking invisible. I'm at the airport. And it's not working. And there's a guy next to me and it's not working. And so then I just was like, All right, and I just fake wash my hands. And then he looked at me, and I could tell he was like, "You didn't wash your hands." But then as I left, I was so bought in to the charade of fake washing my hands that I noticed he noticed me. And as I left, I like went like this, and I backed out of the door like I didn't want to touch my clean hands on anything. Oh, I'm gonna die. Yeah, dude. I was like, oh, no, I'm totally clean.
Yeah.
Do you wash your hands 100% of the time?
Yeah, when I pee. Yeah.
See, my theory is this.
But not when I shit. No. Of course.
You reverse?
Yeah.
See, I wash... Let's see. Yeah, I'm like a 50-50.
It's surprising how few people wash their hands more than 50% of the time, I think. Like, more
Well, I have a couple of rules.
Just put a little water on you.
One, if I don't touch my dick,
Okay.
which I normally don't have to.
All right.
I just let that big old hanger thing
Yeah.
flop down. And then if I can do the back out.
If you can back out of the door,
If I can do the back out.
then you don't wash
I
it.
do a hands up, like I'm getting arrested, back out of the door. Then if I see those situations, I'm good.
Okay.
Also, I'm really lazy.
Just how long?
you know my theory.
How long will you mess with the sensor before you give up?
Oh, 10 seconds.
That's a long time. 10
Mike
seconds.
doesn't go. Yeah, I give it a try.
I would think like 1, 2, 3 out.
Yeah, that's probably what it is. But it feels like 10. But
It feels like
10.
an hour.
Yeah, it feels like 10.
You're just committed.
No, well, it's I want it to work. I'm rooting for the sensor.
Have you ever got the water to work, but then it shuts off real fast, and you're like, "Well, that counts."
Do you remember the ones you'd hit?
Oh, the little
And it was
button.
like,
One hand at a time.
yeah, you could only do it one hand.
Yeah.
Kids today don't understand this shit. Kids don't even understand like drinking fountains.
No, right? Yeah. I asked kids, the high school kids, if they were in elementary school, they had choices. It was like coffee, tea, soda pop, pee. Remember that?
Oh yeah.
4 options, and you're like, which line are you in, right? Then always the weird kid was in the pee line, and then you like get older, and you're like, I mean, that kid never had to wait. He just got water.
He just got water.
He just got water first.
And we just made him feel like a piece of shit.
What a piece. That one sucks. I will never, even when I was a kid, I would never touch my mouth to the faucet.
No, there was always that kid that would be like this is the faucet.
It just swallows.
And he's like, it was remarkable.
Or it's like the water's dribbling out. You don't use that one. That doesn't work.
You don't do a dribble.
And
Nobody
then the
wants
kids
a dribble.
get into all the way in there. When you drank out of hose water, did you touch your mouth on the hose? No, you let the stream.
I feel like I didn't. Yeah, no. You let it. You catch the stream.
I
as
don't
it
even know
passes.
if my kids ever drank hose water.
Well, they're missing out, dude. That's nothing more delicious than a summer day and really great hose water.
That's not a New York thing. They don't have hoses.
There's hoses.
You got hoses?
Do you think
all
they don't-
over?
Hold on a second.
Yo, I don't see
It's
yards.
the greatest city in the world.
What yards you have?
There's no hoses.
And people have hoses in their yards. Every backyard
Well,
has
there's
hoses.
Spigots.
Is there?
Yeah, and
to
there's
like hose down
fire
your
hoses,
driveway and
dude.
stuff. Well, yeah, fire hoses, a hydrant.
The Johnny Pump, as they call it.
They call a hydrant a Johnny
It's
pump.
a Johnny Pump, dude.
What do they call it? A Johnny pump?
I don't know the fucking rules.
Somebody just told you this.
That's what it's referred. If you run
I
into
feel like
a
one of
real
your
Brooklyn,
friends was messing with you.
No. If you
Call
run,
that a
if you run
Johnny
into a
Pump. Yeah,
real,
you do.
and comment on this if you know. But if you run into a real old school Brooklyn, born and raised, it's a Johnny Pump
Really?
for sure.
I've never heard
I'll
that
Google
before.
it. I'm gonna Google it.
You Google Johnny pump.
I'm gonna
John becomes a part of a lot of things, like using the John.
Yeah, well, we're a piece of shit.
Johnny
so
Pump. All right, you got it. We'll put this up online.
No,
We're not
no,
going
keep
to. This
talking,
won't be
keep
on the
talking.
video at all.
I'm
I've never heard this before. I've only heard it's a fire
Johnny-
hydrant.
Johnny Pump.
I've never seen anybody like that's not something people did here. Well, we have yards and stuff. Yeah, so fire hydrant riser. I've never even heard that. Fire plug. I haven't heard that. Must be like it's
yeah,
weird
because in the
regional things.
summers, and this is stereotypical New York thing that you don't think is real, that is actually real. In the summers, certain blocks will shut off, and they'll pop the Johnny Pump, and just water spraying everywhere, and all the kids and people run through the water and get cool.
Like the firefighters do it, or somebody in the neighborhood?
No,
just
the
does it?
neighborhood.
Somebody just
takes a
opens it up.
fucking wrench, dude. Yeah. And I will say it's probably the most fun you can ever have on a Saturday.
Have you done it?
Oh, absolutely.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
Adults are out there with the kids too?
Oh, yeah.
Or
dude.
just you? You're just like Uncle Johnny's out
No,
here.
dude. I lived in Bed-Stuy, and they would every year.
You and Biggie?
Well, it was a home of Biggie, but no, he wasn't there. But every year there was a big block party in our block, so they'd open all the Johnny pumps. And but I remember one year, so everybody made food. Every barbecue made food, so like you fed it. So people would come to your place, and they're strangers, and they had to pee. They would go upstairs, go to the bath. It was awesome. But I just remember sitting. The last one I did before I moved back, it was like me and these two dudes, and like we're smoking weed and we're just getting hammered. And I was like, so what do you do? And the guy's like, I've been on vacation for a while. And I was like, oh, right on. And I was like, well, he's like, I've been on vacation a bit too. And I was like literally just sitting between two cold-blooded murderers. And they were the greatest people I'd ever known.
They had just gotten out recently.
We were hugging, and we're like, taking pictures, dude. Those guys killed families.
Just out there splashing each other with water.
My other favorite New York story is I was supposed to meet my girlfriend. She's supposed to meet me at a bar. Maybe we've told this before. I don't know if we've ever.
I don't think so.
She's supposed to meet me at a bar. I got off work. She's supposed to meet me for dinner, and we have drinks. I get a call at like 7:30 at night, and she's freaking out. She's like, oh, my God. Oh, God. They shot him. They shot him. The guy next door, I could see him. He's dead. They shot him. There was an argument. I heard it. They shot him. And I was like, okay. Oh, shit. I was like, I'm coming home. And she goes, no. I'm still coming to the bar. That's New York.
Yeah.
And that's true. Literally, she came, we had dinner and drinks, came home, and there was police tape and just blood stains on the front porch of our literal next door neighbor's house.
Oh, my God.
But there's so many people. What are you going to do? You got
to live.
You need tapas.
You have to live.
You need tapas. You know what I'm saying? Like, I need tapas. It lets you know the value of a life and how to respect people.
Is to go eat tapas.
Well, but I need to respect you because my life could be erased in 2 seconds and it won't matter to anybody. And also, it lets you know nobody cares.
You're very inconvenient to people.
You're very inconvenient. Yeah, dude, you need some tapas, man.
It's very true. Like most funerals for people that I only know as acquaintances, I'm like, I don't really want to go.
Have you ever been to a funeral and really cared? Like, if you're really being honest.
Yeah. When our grandma died in 95.
Which grandma? Oh,
Gladys.
You had because you had there was an open casket.
Open casket.
But okay.
I had like a breakdown.
But can I give you a question? Did you care that she died, or did you care that you saw a dead person?
No, I cared that she died.
Why?
First person that I knew that died.
How old were you?
17.
You were younger than that.
No.
Grandpa Lane died when I was...
That. No, 98. I was at USC.
Wait. Let's go through the deaths in our family.
Gladys died, then Tommy died, then Bob died. They died within like a year and a half of each, or 3 years of each other.
So is that quick?
Yeah, 95. She died in 95. He died in 96, like 6 months after her.
Man, your death memory is pretty good.
Well, those are 3 in a row.
I don't remember much of it.
I was here like 20 minutes before
I was
Grandpa
here too
Lane died.
When Grandpa Lane died, yeah.
So I remember I just talked to him and then walked back to the house, and then they were like, hey, he's gone.
I said, you good? And I went like that. Mm-hmm. And he didn't raise his hand. I was like, that's not going to end well.
No.
Wait, so that
cancer's a bitch.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
You're really leaning into this Hawaii thing, dude.
I read an article that Magnum PI, the 1980s version, is now a re-emerging style, like guide for summers.
But
and stuff.
You got to come in here with some thigh. I've rocked some thigh on this podcast, dude.
I got longer legs than
thigh.
you.
Probably, I don't know. Do you?
Yeah.
I think you're more torso.
Nah, my torso is like average. My legs are longer.
Penis is shorter, so we can establish that as fact.
Yeah, I'm probably.
Do you have a small penis?
No.
How big?
Average.
How big in your brain is Dad's penis?
How big do I remember it being?
Yeah. Like, no, give me like a in your brain.
Well, I never saw.
Do you
it.
remember?
Never saw an erect version of it.
There was no. I never saw the erect version. We're just talking the is he a grower shower? We don't know, but I just remember him getting out of the shower and he's like flopping.
That sounds right.
Yeah. So like, give me a how big is Dad's?
It's real
dick?
hard to say. The 1980s was a full bush year. Like a lot of
No,
hair.
but like I'm still asking you.
like
to say,
flaccid.
I don't
know, 3, 4 inches
Show me
flaccid.
show me with your
full finger.
Show me this
like
way.
a finger.
Show me this way, dude.
Like a finger length.
Well, my girlfriend said that's 6 inches.
So it was like 12
No,
inches.
Yeah, in my brain, Dad's dick was like literally flopping like this. Dude.
Yeah, I don't think that was the
Just
case.
slow motion, like. It's like an elephant drinking water, dude. Like,
I will say that as I get older, that probably the more disturbing thing is how the balls grow.
that's true. Balls get low.
That's the whole thing, man.
Well, really, what they get.
That's what I'm most
less than
concerned
low.
about
They
about
get
Hawaii.
elastic.
Yeah, they don't. Well, they don't stretch back.
That Sia song, "Elastic Heart." Like that's how my balls. Like my balls are up here, but if I wanted
you
to, I
could
can
swing from the chandelier.
Yeah. Yeah. If I wanted to, I could stretch my balls from here to my knee.
Yeah, easy. You have to.
Have you had any weird
You're
like
at the point now though where like you get in cold water and they're like, I can't even shrink up.
No, the balls will get up there.
Yeah, not enough.
There's some loose skin
They're
still
like, man, I
dangling.
wish this doesn't resemble teenager.
No, they're like my balls look like they took Ozempic. Like they're clearly smaller, but there's still some hanging down.
There was room, like
There's some
loose
room to
skin.
grow there,
Like you
dude.
lost weight but didn't
Like
work
you need
out.
staples.
You didn't work out.
Didn't
like
work
it's
out.
just your skin feels like paper. It's just
Have you ever had any? Did you have any weird penis experiences with your kids when they're like, "Oh, Dad, dick"?
no. I was always pretty proud. Like I'd shower by myself. No, never
You didn't
really.
like take a bath with your kids or shower? That's weird. I don't think that's weird to do that.
They were teenagers.
Okay, must that be a little weirder.
I've been able to mostly live in places where I had a separate bathroom.
But do you think your kids have never seen your dick?
Oh, I don't know. Probably not. I mean, maybe
That's
not.
pretty impressive.
Yeah, it was always a goal.
That was
A
okay. Can
goal
I say?
of mine.
Can I say?
I didn't
that-
want to see dads,
But I
and so
believe
didn't-
that it's
I
a
didn't-
weird. I believe it's way more weird
to not want
to
to
make
show
it a
my
goal.
kids the
No.
dick.
It's either you're unaware of it, and that's what normal people are. But you made it a goal of yours.
You think that people are unaware of it?
I would never have two thoughts about like if I had my child.
Are you like I would walk naked through the house with my kids in the house?
No, but I wouldn't.
You know, there are people that do that. They're like, it's perfectly normal.
but I wouldn't think I'm going to do everything I can to make sure that I never do that. I would make sure that people felt like bodies are bodies and it's not.
Yeah, well, I never was like, your bodies are weird. It was just that
This is
I'm
never
going,
making it
I'm
into the
going
podcast.
to take a
I
shower
know-
by myself.
I know you so well. This is never making
Oh,
it
I
into
don't
the
care.
podcast. You don't think like Hudson Amber was like, oh, that dick?
I would imagine not.
Do you think that you spoiled them though? Because
By
like
not showing them?
yeah, because every other man in the world has like a story about like, oh yeah, Dad, I saw my
Like,
dad's
are you
hog.
saying that like I stole like something from them?
you when you
I
were in
stole an
high school? Would
experience
you
from them?
would you when you were in high school? Would you shower in the locker room?
No.
But other people would.
Yeah.
Not really though. But yeah,
Not that many people.
But you were like
I just
self-conscious.
we lived 2 blocks from the school. I just walked home
Yeah,
and showered.
I would agree with that.
If I had to bus 45 minutes, then yeah, probably I would have thought about it. I probably still wouldn't have done it. But
Okay, I have a question. Something I've always
did you
wondered.
shower at school?
But this is something I always wondered about you because you didn't shower at school.
No, I was very shy.
Yeah, but you also sat there on the bench and you would watch everybody else shower.
Just like
I'm dying. No, I didn't shower at school because
there was no reason to. We lived so close.
but also I remember when we were in high school, everybody, all the guys, we talk, and dicks come up all the time around guys. Everybody had a 14-inch dick.
yeah.
Everybody was like,
I will
"Oh,"
say this.
and a big ass dick. And I remember, and like now I'm older, and like I'm realizing, like, oh, I have a 9-inch dick like everybody
Yes,
else.
totally normal. just perfectly average.
Just perfectly average.
Yeah.
9 to 10 inch penis.
Yeah.
It's brother to brother. Brothers, two brothers hanging and talking about stuff.
Yeah.